lot of bad things just kind of continue to keep happening.
I'm worried about one very specific thing right now, which is that the shootings in Dallas and the shooting of Officer Flamion here in St. Louis will distract people from the urgent focus on racial justice in our region and turn this into a discussion about police versus people of color. I think that if we want to talk about healing, we need to stop the fear that any encounter with the police on the part of a person of color could end in their death. That would make both police and our community safer. And what I'm worried about is that we're going to lose focus on that essential, urgent work because of what's happened. And I think that if we want to move towards healing, we have to recommit ourselves to the movement for Black lives and make sure that the end of the racist criminal justice system we have in our region in this country is our #1 goal, because that's going to make us all safer.
But a lot of people don't think that exists.
That is true.
It's true.
And we have seen that. I think that that itself is a call to more dedicated action, more education, more reaching out on the part of white people to their white friends and neighbors. I have personally experienced the past couple of weeks as a call to greater dedication to the Black Lives Matter movement. That's what I'm trying to kindle in my congregation and my community, because I think that if we lose sight on the central issue that at any particular moment a person of color could be killed by a police officer because they were pulled over for a broken tail light, that for me is the issue that I really want to try and hold on to. Has it been more difficult to hold on to that given the discussions we've had over the past couple of weeks? Yes, it has, but I think that it's more important to hold on to that reality because of where we are right now as a nation.
I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but it just seems to me like, especially when you have, such a series of horrific events where people are losing their lives, people are just kind of going to their corners.
Yes and no, but I mean, I'm like Deetra. I was just so disheartened last week. I thought, oh my gosh, we've taken one step forward, now we're going 2 steps back. But at the same time, the reaction for folks now is, okay, well, what are we going to do? Whereas when this first happened in 2014 with Michael Brown, a lot of people didn't even think it was anything to do with them. White people and black people, well, that's the Ferguson problem. I think at least now the community is a lot more aware that, no, this is something that we all need to work on. And so that makes me more hopeful and, like you, more dedicated to, we just have to keep at it. Whatever strides we thought we made, they weren't as good as we thought they were, and we just have to keep at it. So it's been a very, it's just been a tough week. It's been a tough week.
We got more bad news from the doctor, but at least we had already accepted the diagnosis in the first place. We were dealing with it to some degree.
And we realized that, yeah, we have to take care of ourselves and we have to work on this, and we can't pretend it's going to go away, and we can't pretend it doesn't affect every single person.
You're nodding.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. I mean, I think part of it is that we have to get beyond rhetoric and get to relationship building. And in some ways that's already been happening, right? Behind the lines, behind the scenes. I mean, me and James haven't just met each other. We've been knowing each other for a long time, and we organize and protest and do all kinds of things together. And that happened out of that original movement. And so I think, like Maria's saying, that there's a whole new group of people, really, that are energized and motivated to kind of become aware. And it's like, I think we finally got it. We cannot put this conversation to bed. Like, all right, we're going to have a conversation about race. We're going to have a conversation about policing. And it has to be beyond rhetoric, beyond all police bad or Black Lives Matter versus the police. We have to get beyond kind of those sound bites and get to the faces and the people and the stories behind what's happening.